In this week's race guide, they get it all wrong in race A. Race B, well, I get it wrong again as I hit somebody. And in race C, well, I don't get it wrong this time, but Momos heads to Narnia. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Gran Turismo Weekly Race Guide. Yes, it's back! I missed it last week, I know. I'm sorry, I was away on holiday in Cyprus, but I'm back, and we're here doing the Weekly Race Guide. And this week is a bit of an interesting week, to be honest with you. It really is. Now, in the background, you can see we're at the test course at Alsace, and we're in the BMW Z8. But what else are we doing? Well, we're doing 7 laps here. It's a grid start, and we're on sports hard tyres. This race, a fairly interesting race. The car does like a bit of oversteer, if I'm brutally honest. Now, if you don't want to do this race and you want to jump to the race cars, there is some timestamps there for you to jump to race B or race C. However, we're not jumping anywhere. We're doing all 3 races today. So let's sit back, relax, let's jump into the first race and let's have a look at exactly what happens, followed by a lap guide as well. Here we are then at the start, and those horns! Oh my word. Oh, my wheel was having a bit of a field day there as well. Brand new wheel for those that don't know, so do expect me to be a little bit out of practice in terms of this wheel. We put traction control on 1 for the start, foot to the floor, and off we go as we accelerate away then and head towards turn number 1. And I'm glad that horn has stopped, because it is very annoying. Anyway, in towards turn 1 we go. Try around the outside of the South African there. In fact, we get it done there around the outside of Ghost Rider. A couple of people off in the background as well. I say background, the rear view mirror, of course, as we continue on out of there. And we've got a TCR absolute takeover here. Werner Fox, Hodgson's there, Shelty, Size in here as well, as we head into the right hand of the first time of 7 then. As we go over the hill, the big old hill this, through the left-hander, very sketchy corner this, as we continue on out of there. We've got Inferno Fox, going to head towards the right side of Hodgson. I'm going to head towards the left-hand side of Hodgson as we head into this banky boy here at Alsace. As we go into here, I'll try a bit of, carry a bit of speed there, but it goes terribly wrong and I'm off here. So we've got a bit of dirt on my tyres there as we continue on around them. And to my right there, somebody just avoided me there. Ghost Rider, I think that was. Well played with that one, Ghost Rider, as we continue on. And we've got Hodgson off there. Not sure what happened to Hodgson. We'll have to have a look at some bloopers, of course, at the end of the video. Coming into here, I've still got dirt on my tyres, so I'll take avoiding action there to avoid Gaza completely. We've got somebody coming in way quick there behind me there, but they did say sorry after for that, and it really wasn't your fault, so I wouldn't worry about it there, Boulder. He came in like a boulder, but it's all good. I was already crashed. I was already dead. Already in Narnia. But even so, we continue on. 4-second penalty you've got there. That's a big old penalty. But yeah, dirt on my tyres. I took avoiding action to avoid Gaza. I think it was Gaza, wasn't it? And then, it's just a case of going to Narnia, which we did. We get past Bossy there. Through we go into P10. And, the dirt on my tyre is still going on there as we advance a lap later then, where we catch Ghost Rider towards that left-hand side. We overtook them early on. You can see here, 4 attempts up on the fastest lap. I do find that I'm actually quite quick on my new wheel. I've got to be honest. People were mentioning about input lag potentially and all that, but if it's there, I don't really feel it that much, and I feel like I'm really smooth at the moment. So we're going for the move down the inside then, as we do get that purple lap. In towards the left we go, and in towards the braking zone. We get it stopped up into P9 then for myself as we continue on through then. Let's fast forward a little bit here. Let's get towards the top of the hill as we go into the braking zone. Doorkeeper there, leaving the door wide open, but they bring it back nicely. Going a bit deep there as we go down the hill once again, in towards the left. Very easy to lose it here. As you're about to see, as they visit barrier, we take that place up into P8 we go then. So advancing further on, there's Gaza, the person we avoided earlier on. Apologies again, Gaza, if I scared you. Another faster slap for us then as we head into the braking zone. Gaza just loses the rear end. Oh, we got Sai off to the left as well. We're getting 2 positions in one go there. Sorry to see Sai off. Again, we'll have a look at some of the bloopers for some of these that we do see as we continue on up the hill. Once again, purple. We are flying here, folks. We are catching up very quickly. Chicken Angel is part TCR as well in P1. Sorry, Chicken Angel. A shout out to you as well as we head down the hill then, right behind the Spaniard of Manuel. And going to the left, I'm assuming they were born in 1985 with that year in their name. Gonna go side by side. They've got a classic M livery there as we go into Banky Boy then. I'm going a slight bit of rubbing, nothing major here. All good racing here, Manuel. As we continue on through then, they're going to keep P5 for now. Oh, a little bit of overstay on exit there. We stay in 4th gear there. I think it's better to be in 4th gear as we leave that corner. Good look down the inside then towards turn 1 on the final lap then. Manuel sends it there and looking to get it stopped. So I'm going for sort of like a cutback, good run off the corner if we can. Really good way to actually get the overtake done. A bit of oversteer there from the Spaniard. We're going to look down the inside then as we head up the hill for one final time here at Alsace test course. And let's slow it down then into the braking zone. They give me space on the inside. Beautiful bit of racing here with the Spaniard. Looking to slow it down over the hill. And once you're settled, boot it down. Here we go. Chuck it left. Hopefully you survive. A little bit of oversteer. Nothing major. And we're up into P5. Not too bad after the first couple of laps, I would say. And that is where we're going to finish then in P5 in the end. Congratulations to Chicken Angel, Shelty, Inferno, Hodgson was in there as well. All TCR members that are in here. Sai as well. Awesome to see TCR just representing that. It's awesome. We're getting some quality good messages as well. Lap guide time then. As you head towards turn 1, you've got the shed or the change of barrier there. You see where it's like got spaces and then the solid concrete bit. This is your initial brake mark, okay? This is where you're going to hit the brakes initially and start to slow the car down. I lift a bit there to straight line the braking again once I know I want to brake in a straight line. A little bit deep here, nothing too major, but even so, that's how you want to brake, okay? You're braking very early for that corner. You're prepping for the right-hander. The later you brake, the more oversteer you'll get, the more carnage that will ensue. So it's better to brake early and be prepared. As you go up the hill, you got the 50-meter board there. It's big, it's bold, you can see it. So that is your brake marker, okay? And you're going to stay in third gear for this. And it may seem a bit counterintuitive because you're going to go drop really low in the revs. But remember, you're going downhill, so you don't want the change of gear delay. Just boot it down the hill. You'll instantly be in that power band, and through you go. Be careful of oversteer on exit. It can happen there. I'm using all the curb there as we continue towards a Banky Boy here at Alsace. I know there's a Banky Boy at Lego Maggiore, but this is Alsace's version. In towards, here we go. So it's literally the yellow barrier or literally the arrows. You can use either of these, and you are going to have to brake here. You brake in, and you can see how I'm braking there, slowing the car down. Now, when that start the curb on the right-hand side, it hits my edge of my screen, that's when I'm going to start to accelerate. Notice I'm staying in fourth gear for this, okay? Fourth gear keeps the car balanced. You can just balance the car with the throttle energy go through here and maintain that speed. You just end up in the power band when you need it to on exit. And that is the lap here of the test course in the BMW Z8. That is it for race A then. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Let's head to race B, where we're at Catalunya with no chicane. So it's a very, very, very good layout indeed. And as you can't tell already, we are in a Group 3 machinery. But what are we exactly doing here? Well, this is a repeat combo then. It's 4 laps at Catalunya, no chicane. It's a rolling start on the racing medium tyres. And of course, Bop is on. 4 laps, not a lot of time to get stuff done. Slipstream will play a part here as well, so it does bunch up the cars very quickly. Let's jump to the race then. Let's have a look exactly what happens, because in this one, there's a little bit of carnage. Here we are then at the start. A lot of Porsches in this one. The Porsche are very good here, actually, I would say. But we're going to kick straight off into the race. No need to do the countdown either, because it's a long, old start finish straight here. We head towards turn 1 then. We're going to look around the outside there of Pinhel. And do we get it done? Not quite there. They defend that very nicely. Car 69. Nice. All right. Anyway, in towards the right we go as we're looking at 3 wide here. 0.5 penalty there for Pinhel. Not sure what that's for. I've got GT runner on the outside then. Going a bit slow there. So looking down the inside. Going to follow Shelty here. Obviously representing the Beetle. Of course, Shelty is. As we head into that braking zone then. Slowly round we go. Oh, Shelty lost the rear end. Okay, we'll follow GT runner instead then. Not sure what happened there with the Beatles. We head into the braking zone then. Slowing it down again. Cheesy looking round the outside there. Not going to quite work there. Keeping that. Oh, yellow flag there. Robo Mags has gone. Not sure what happened to them. See if we can get that in the bloopers, of course, as we head into the left-hander here. You see how it all bunches up. This is what I was talking about in the intro. GT Runner got a bit slow on exit here. Going to try around the outside then. Get it done before the corner. Happy days indeed. Through the right-hander we go and continue on out of there. Oh, hello, somebody's binned it. Oh, Eiffel Man has gone there. Up into P10 then. You can see how this race is big carnage very quickly now. I could not see the braking zone at all here. So I'm just slowly going into this corner here. Slight tap from the rear then. Continue on through and we're keeping P10 for now. Hodgson's got a penalty up ahead, 0.5 as we go. Oh, Hodgson, lost the rear end a little bit there in that Alfa Romeo 4. Well represented in that car actually, the 4C. But we're going to go past Hodgson then. Sorry to see you just get pushed off a little bit there. Up into P9 we go then as we look towards the last corner. Start lap number 2. It's a bit chaotic this one, and it is a chaotic race in my opinion. It really is. As we leave that corner then, we are in the slipstream of Pinhel 1983. Don't know that year. Wasn't even born then. As we continue on then towards turn 1. They go defensive. We're going to try around the outside then at turn 1. It's very much a possible move here as we go into the braking zone. You can see that we've completely outbroke them then as we go into that corner. Job done. Oh, hello. We've got Twitch Red F there. Getting a bit of oversteer then. In towards the right-hander we go. and continue on through here. Actually getting on the inside of that Suzuki very quickly. It's a very loud car, that Suzuki, as well, isn't it? As we continue towards the right-hander then. Looking down the inside. Oh, do we get it stopped? We do indeed here. Just get it done there. Up into P7 then. We are making moves in this race. We really are. As we continue on through then. As we head towards this left-hander. In towards braking zone we go. Oh, we just outbrake ourselves a teeny tiny bit. It's not too much. It may look a bit more extreme than it was. Completely my fault. I did apologise to MG Flash afterwards. They continued on racing all the same anyway. And we continue on. So that corner there. I broke up my normal place just a tiny bit later, like a couple of meters. It's only a couple. And yeah, it just cost me a crash essentially. And that's how accidents happen sometimes. Tiniest about braking maneuvers. And yeah, contact happens. Anyway, we're going to go through the right-hander then and continue on here as we get back into the action. Now, RoboMag's behind has a penalty. I'm not sure what that's for. That's why they stayed behind, I assume, as we head in. Oh, hello. Big smoke. Huge crash here. Oh, my word. 3 cars involved there. So we gain a lot of positions. Once again, we catch up to the Suzuki Vision Gran Turismo car then. One of the Ruthless boys. I'm more of a fan of this one than the other one in Volkswagen, I've got to be honest. But even so, I wish it had a roof. It'd be so much better with a roof. And I think it'd just suit Group 3 just that little bit more. We get a good run on the French driver all the same as we head in towards the right-hander. I'm pretty sure this was a driver I commented on in the past. However, I want to say this is some brilliant racing you're about to see with Red F then. So they do have Twitch, so you can check them out now. As we head in towards the left-hander then, you can see this side-by-side action. Some beautiful racing here as we continue on out of that corner. Still side-by-side. Brilliant stuff here with the French driver as we head towards the left-hander. Now, this is very scary to go side-by-side, but we give each other just enough room there. Oh, a bit of roast there from the French driver, trying to avoid me on the outside, and we get that position. So, Shelty, we see you again here as we go into turn. Oh, Shelty just gets it slightly wrong there as we leave that corner. We're going to have dirt on their tyres. We're going to chuck it down the inside very quickly. Get the move done there up into P9. Happy days indeed. As we can see MG Flash there. Unfortunately, with a penalty there. Shortcut penalty of some kind then. As we head towards the last corner then. And through we go. I actually really love this layout of Catalunya. It's now one of my favourite tracks now, this circuit. I love it. And speaking of loving it, faster slap there to boot as well. We definitely have a lot more pace in this car. So, yeah. Even so, that was a good race. You're going to expect a lot of action here. Slipstream's going to bring everyone together very quickly towards turn 1. And then it's going to cause fighting very quickly. All right, let's jump straight into a lap guide then. So heading towards turn 1, on the right-hand side, you literally have the building on the right-hand side, the corner of it, okay? That is your brake marker. Now, you can actually brake a little bit later here as you go into this corner. And you want to use a bit of the curb on the right-hand side and then really be aggressive on the left. Okay, I'm in 3rd gear here as I then go into the right-hander. Now, you're going to lift off a little bit here. You sort of want to get the car turned in. And what you're looking for there is the orange painted barrier up ahead. Okay, that is your accelerating marker. It's a really good marker here. That's when the corner starts to open up a little bit. As it hits the center of your screen, that's when you start accelerating and you should be golden there as we continue on out. We head towards the right-hander then. A very easy marker here. We're looking for the gantry there. As that hits the top of your screen, okay, the very top of it, that's when you want to hit the brakes. You can see as I've done that here. And essentially, you want a tight line here. You can do a wider line, but I never like the wider line, okay? You want to keep it as tight as possible. Notice how I'll wait for the car to turn in a bit more and bite, and then accelerate through the corner. Head over towards that right-hand side then, and on the right side, we have the toilets there. So the start of the toilets, the sort of corner there that I've marked, that is your brake marker for the left-hander, okay? Now, you can go deep here. You can sort of V-shape it if you want to, or you can keep it tight. I tend to prefer a tighter line here. You notice how I've got a bit of rotation there because I was a bit too late on the brakes, but even so, accelerate out of there very quickly and continue towards the right-hand side. Now, be careful about running too wide here and trying to take the widest line possible. Better to play it safe. And you're using to start the curb there on the right-hand side. Okay, that is your brake marker here. So just keep it a little bit more on the circuit here. Turn it in, clip the curb there, and then try and use as much runoff as you can there, but keep it on the red and white curbing as we head up the hill. Now, this end of this curb here, I've highlighted the red and white bit here. You want to lift off and turn in. Now, you may want to dab the brakes depending on the car, the Group 3 car. In the Porsche, you don't necessarily have to do that. You want to clip the curb there and then accelerate through the corner as best as you can. Be careful on exit, of course, running too wide. There are penalties on that exit. As you head towards the hairpin then, on the right-hand side, you've got the flag indicator board without the flag indicator. So you can just see that pole there. That's what I use here at Catalunya. And essentially, as that hits the edge of your screen is when you're going to hit the brakes. Now, you want to take a wide line here, in here. Don't turn in too early. Clip the curb and really accelerate out. Try and use the exit curb a bit more than I do there. Through the left and then into the right. Just straight line brake it very quickly. And what you're looking for here, is straight ahead there, the orange painted barrier. You can also use the sausage on the inside if you prefer using that. You can use either of these, they're essentially at the same point, but as the orange painted barrier hits the center of your screen, starts accelerating, and you should be fine. Now, as you head towards this right-hander, okay, you want to chuck it in. I have no marker for that. I'm sort of aiming for the cones a little bit, the last couple of cones. And then as you head towards the last corner, you can actually go a bit more to the left and sausage curb in the middle, but the white sign is what I'm using mostly here. I'm braking here, I'm dropping a gear, and I'm turning in. I'm trying to keep it above 100 miles an hour, okay, and then really boot it out of the corner. And that is a lap of Catalunya. No chicane in a nutshell. A very good layout. I thoroughly enjoyed this layout. Let's jump to race C then, where we're in Group 2 at Suzuka. So you can see I'm in the NSX Group 2 car. It does appear to be the best Group 2 car at the moment, which is unusual. As I say, in the past, we've always had the GTR being the best car, but the NSX is at the moment. So we're doing 10 laps here at Suzuka. It's a rolling start with racing soft tyres. The tyre wear not at that high at all, which does mean it's a no-stop race, which does make this race a little bit boring, to be honest with you. I've got to be honest, because dirty air will play a factor. Let's jump to the race then. Let me show you exactly what happens. Momos is in this one, and there'll be a lap guide straight after it. Here we are then at the start. So mixture of cars here. We've got an NSX and GTR of Momos. We've got a Lexus in here of Shelty. You can see that right there. We're starting in P8. A very nice start for everybody. So good job at Polyphony Digital Gran Turismo for making sure everyone has a decent start here. See Shelty warming up his tyres. I went to do it and I was like, my direct drive wheel, I'm not used to it yet, so I could end up spinning. So I decided against it for now. As we go through the second part of turn 1. Eiffelman off there as we do give him just enough room there as they came back on. And here towards the left we go. And Momos exit stage right there. Visits Narnia there, Momos. We'll have a look at exactly what happened a bit later on. 5-second penalty there for Bahamas Racing. So maybe involved in the incident. I don't know. Maybe a mistake. No idea what's happened there as we head into left. But we have gained a position. Now, Group 2. We know the problem with Group 2. We've always seen the problem. Dirty air. Dirty air, as you apply more downforce in this game, becomes very critical as we go into the right-hander and then into the braking zone. And you're going to watch this video and be like, Tidge, it doesn't seem that much. But as you watch this part of the video, you will see what happens and when. And that is a bit of an interesting insight in for you. So you're going to have to watch it all, I'm afraid. Happy days indeed. But it's some good racing here all the same. We leave that hairpin then. Still in P6. We got Musella behind us there as we go into the right-hander then and looking to slow it down. So obviously Bahamas took that penalty, which is why we're in P5 now as we continue on through here. We're on lap number 3, so it's been status quo now for a while. You can see that we've lost a lot of time to P1 here, and I'm definitely losing a lot of speed here. I will say that much. Just stuck in the train here. And this is the problem with this race. It's all to do with dirty air. So we're going to come through the S's here and then into the left. We've got a bit of purple there, which is nice. As we continue on out. Come on, Tidge. Put your foot down. Off we go. As we head towards Tidgney 1 and 2. As we hit the brakes then, in we go. And you're literally looking for mistakes wherever you can see them. As the German there up ahead has a mistake. I make a mistake there in Tidgney too. We catch it though, thankfully. And that costs us a lot of time indeed. Chelsea looking at the German then in that GTR. Good to see all Super GT cars were like racing together here at the moment. GTR, Lexus and then NSX. But the NSX is quicker. I will say that right now. It is a quicker car as we go through the right-hander then. And down and up. I might try the Lexus here, actually, a little bit later on this week. See how that goes. We'll see, though. It was the braking zone. And round we go here at Spoon. Shelty makes a bit of a mistake there. Goes a bit deep, trying to follow the German there. We're going to leave that corner. And we have a really good run at Shelty here, actually. And you're about to see a little bit better in terms of the NSX versus Lexus in power here then. And yes, we're getting alongside. Shelty actually gives this one up. Doesn't have to, really. I reckon we could have done side by side. But we get past Shelty then up into P4. So lap 5 then, and we're still behind the German here, and the German makes a small mistake there as we head into the braking zone at the hairpin. They're defended beautifully. They've been racing perfectly so far as Morlock. Tiny mistakes here and there, but you know, depending where they need to, and absolutely nailing it. Really, really well played to Morlock here as we continue on them. It's about trying to get as close as you can, really, so you've got at least a chance on the straights. That's what I'm trying to do here as we head into the left then and continue on through. So you see we're 1 second off Cheese's fastest lap. Definitely low 50s possible here for sure as we continue on through there. And we are now in the slipstream of the German then. So under 2.5 temps then. You can see we're catching very quickly here. We're getting closer and closer and closer and closer and closer. We look at 130. I decided against it for now as we go through the left-hander. Oh, you can see that washout then in that dirty air as we head into the braking zone. So Morlock defended again beautifully. However, they go a little bit deep here, and I do notice this. I'm like, okay, I need to run out this corner. So beat it out very quickly here. notice the run we get. We are instantly getting that much closer then. Under 2.5 temps again in terms of the gap as we get closer and closer here. So is Morlock going to go defensive? That is the question. No, they're not. So we look towards that inside then as we head towards turn 1. This was scary for me, to be honest with you, because obviously new wheel, new pedals, trying to get this right is harder than normal. But we do side by side there with Morlock. Beautiful racing with the German driver, and we do get finally up into P3. So we start to put our foot down very quickly. You can see that time gained. Look, 51.0 with tyre wear there. Really shows the speed we're losing there behind in that train. You know, as Hodgson just loses the rear end on the hairpin and makes a mistake there. And unfortunately off to the realms. We advance further on then, and you can see we've been gaining time on the leader ever since that point. So he had a lot of pace in the car, but it shows you how much dirty air impacts this race. So qualifying is going to be critical here. It really is. Shout out to all the TCR members, of course. But qualifying is important. Let me show you how to do qualifying. So you're going to head towards turn 1 here, okay? And what you're actually looking for is you're trying to aim and get as close to that curve there as possible. You're way past the 50 board at this moment in time. You're aiming for that corner there. And you want to straight line brake in a little bit as you aim towards the corner. And then start to release the brakes and drop down the gears. So second gear here as you go through this corner and then up into third. Notice how stable the car is as well. So staying third gear here, going to the left and then the right. Staying third gear is better than going to fourth and then third, because it just means you've got a bit more engine braking as you lift off and turn in. So as you head towards this part of the S's, the right-hander, this is where you're going to brake. You're braking just before the start of the curb on the right-hand side, and you're looking to slow the car down. Now, I couldn't decide between second and third gear here. I'm in third gear in this point because I feel like I was kind of a bit more speed because I had no fuel issues. As we're going to the left, then I short shift to fourth gear there to avoid any oversteer and continue on through. You can do it in third gear. There's not too much oversteer issues, but it does still exist. Heading towards Tidgney 1 then, the flag indicator in the race is the perfect marker, but in time trial it doesn't exist. So on the right hand side, you've got that tannoy thing there on the right. As that hits the edge of your screen, brake, drop a gear, fourth gear, continue on through. I nearly made a mistake there, but I just caught it there at Tidgney 1. Tidgney 2, the Marshall tent on the left hand side, that is your brake marker, okay. As that hit leaves the edge of your screen there, drop to second gear, and really try and boost it early here. The NSX has a lot of grip on exit at the moment. It's really nice. As you can see, we're 3 temps up. Through the right we go. And at the end of the curb there, just as the end of the curb leaves your screen, that's when you're going to brake, okay? You're going to drop down to first gear for this one. First gear, okay? So literally brake, and you notice here, we're trying to turn, get round as quick as possible, trying to accelerate as early as possible. Even carrying a little bit more momentum through that corner is going to benefit you in terms of lap time. Heading towards Spoon then, on the right hand side, we've got that piece of tarmac there. That is always my brake marker here at Spoon. It's a great brake marker. So I'm braking just before it here, and it's going to be third gear for Spoon, okay? So drop to third gear, clip the curb, head towards the outside, make sure you're accelerating all the way through until you get to just before the end of the curb here. Notice I've started to brake, and I've gone down to second gear for this corner, okay? This is where you want to balance the car a little bit. So I'm going to be judging the braking accordingly, and then the throttle, and then I boost out as quick as possible as we then have this long straight here. 130R, nice and easy. It's just flat out. Nice, just turn and it'll stick. Happy days. As we head towards the Casio Triangle and the final chicane on the circuit. You're braking just before the yellow line starts to hit the edge of your screen, okay? Notice I'm braking here. You can use a 100 meter board as well, but you're braking before it, not at it, before it. So I'll drop the first gear here, and then the second part, I'm going to short shift to second, and then boost out as quick as possible. Now, remember, to get the fastest lap, make sure you stick towards the right-hand side of the circuit to just clip off a tenth there, or half a tenth, should I say. That is it in terms of a lap guide. It's now time for the bloopers. Right, first up, race A then. So we've got Hodgson. We did see Hodgson towards the left-hand side, which is a bit unusual. So it comes through here. Oh, I mean, that's pretty weird, to be honest with you. It's like the curb sort of bounced him out. I mean, the car is very bouncy anyway, but very odd spin there. Sorry to see that, Hodgson. But, hey, you get back going all the same. But, yeah, got 1.5 second penalty as well. But, yeah, very odd. Right, we've got Sai as well. We saw this as we head in towards turn 1. Ah, yeah, just the weight transfer under braking. Very hard sometimes to nail that right. And, unfortunately, Sai just made that small mistake there. And going to look to spin around. Look, staying off track as well. Look at the sportsmanship shown there by Sai. That is awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well played, Sai. Right, next up, race B then. So, what is happening here? So, we've got car 69 down the inside. Oh, bit of contact there with Hodgson. Not the great. Oh, hello. An Eiffelman did just lose it and head towards the left-hand side. And Hodgson has got a 0.5 penalty for running wide there from that contact. This is my mistake then. It's coming into here, hit the brakes, and yeah, it's just a bit too deep. Literally 5 meters too late on the brakes. Completely my fault. I did say sorry after to MG Flash. And MG Flash carried on anyway, so I didn't impact their race too much. Just myself, so, you know, only myself to blame there. Right, here we go. We've got Hudson again. And what's happening here then? So just taking the penalty. Oh, That was the big incident then. So that's the common mistake that always happens here. Someone's taking a penalty, they have to rejudge their braking point because it's a really fast braking point, now a slow one. And unfortunately, caused an incident there. Did wait up for everybody though, so fair play, Hodgson. As we go to race C then, and come into here. Ooh, that was weird. It's like Mama slowed up a bit too much, but then everyone misjudged it. And yeah, bit of contact there. So Bahamas looking... Oh, Bahamas got a 5-second penalty for that as well. Let's have a look at what happened to Mama's then. We're jumping back on Hodgson. Hodgson, you're featuring everywhere this week. As we come through the right-hander then. And bump draft there on Bahamas. In towards left. Oh, okay. So Mama slows up quite a bit there, and Hodgson then hits the rear. Well, to be honest, if I was Hodgson, I'd have probably waited up there. Even though Mama did hit the brakes hard, he was letting somebody go. So I can sort of see what happened there. But I think if I was Hodgson, I would have waited up there, to be honest with you. And maybe he apologised afterwards and has reevaluated it now. I don't know, but that's what I would have done at the time. At the time, I thought it was a brake check. Again, TCR, sometimes we're not perfect. We look at stuff and then we can look at it after and go, okay, we should have done this, that, or the other. But we try and race as clean as we can. And you see, we all make mistakes. So my mistake in there, and maybe an A+ driver, we all make mistakes. And that is it for this week's weekly race guide. I do hope you enjoyed it, folks. If you did, give it a like. Subscribe to the channel. We're on our journey to 40k, and I would love you to join that journey as well. There are 2 videos to check out there, but that, again, is it for me. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all the support, and I hope to see you in another video or live stream again very soon.